Mr. Secretary, earlier in response to someone else's question, you talked a little bit there toward the end, but I'm not sure that there was a time for follow-up about, I think you said 10 to 20 million immigrants that are responsible for the driving up the housing costs. Is that what you said?
I'm referring to a Wharton report, yes.
Do you know what they based it on, what data, what information they looked at?
Yes, the survey by survey, community by community. You could go, if you'd like, I will have my people post it on the Treasury X account as we speak.
Well, thanks for the cooperation, because I'm just completely baffled. The average new home sale is about $500,000, and you're saying that it's driving up the housing crisis when DHS is over there trying to pick up and deport people because, quote unquote, they're a drain on society, they're dependent on public benefits. So if you're on public benefits, how do you afford a $500,000 house?
Well, let me clarify your confusion, because
I'm not confused, sir. Don't be demeaning to me, all right? Because I'm going to object and ask the chairman to make you answer questions.
Anyway, I'm trying to explain to you that it is rental income and rental properties.
Do you really think that people have you been to the rental places of immigrants? I have people in my district that are in rental houses that I wouldn't rent to anybody. They're not expensive. They're probably $500 or $600 a month. You think people that can barely afford housing like that's the housing that we're talking about when we talk about the housing crisis?
D properties push up the price of C properties. Inflation in C properties pushes up the price of A properties. Inflation in the price of A property. B properties pushes up A properties. So it moves up the stack. And if you think that somehow the laws of supply and demand do not apply to housing, I would say you're incorrect.
No, well, I'm not incorrect, because the only thing that we
Wharton
might say about immigrants is that we don't have new housing because they can't. There's a shortage of labor supply because they build the houses, and you all are more focused on deporting them than having them stay here and build. Mr. Chairman, I'd like to introduce three items to the record. Construction workforce shortages are leading cause of project delays as immigrant enforcement affects nearly 1/3 of firms. Second, how the ICE crackdown has impacted Minnesota's economy. And third, the price of cruelty, how Trump's mass deportation agenda endangers all.
Without objection, that'll be put in the record.
Thank you. Do you have any idea how much we're spending on ICE every single day for enforcement?
Again, the representative, this is the Financial Stability Oversight Commission.
But you're the treasurer. You're the treasurer. You're supposed to follow the money. In response to questions on this side, you're always talking about, well, we follow the money. Well, have you followed the money? How much are they spending every single day in Minnesota and other states where they occupy cities, terrorize communities, and try to break up our country?
Again, President Trump has secured the border. He was elected
on
a mandate.
Well, I disagree with you, and I think you're
You disagree that he was elected?
I think you're confused, but let me ask you about something else.
Okay.
Maybe you'll answer this one. You also recently announced the formation of new FSOC Household Resilience Working Group that will focus on American households' financial condition. American households across the country, especially in my district, which is a working class district, Texas 29, have experienced firsthand the destabilizing effects of climate disasters. Property insurance or insurance companies are leaving Texas, California, Florida, and many other states because of growing climate risks. I myself have felt the impact. My constituents feel, Mr. Secretary, what, if anything, are y'all doing to address the risk to households of mortgages and other forms of credit becoming unavailable in certain regions of the country due to climate change?
Again, Congresswoman, are you familiar with KLW 24?
No.
It was the base for everything that was done with climate and with all the proposed climate legislation, and it has been discredited. So everything that FSOC previously did, based on climate, has been discredited.
Who discredited it?
Nature magazine Nature magazine has retracted the economic commitment of climate change more than 18 months after first learning that the paper was fatally flawed, with authors acknowledging that its errors are too substantial for a correction.
I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with Nature magazine. We're relying on the Nature magazine to determine public policy?
Unfortunately, that's what
Gentlewoman's time has expired,
and
and I invite the Secretary to respond
Yes,
more.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like a response in writing.
Times of India videos, your daily dose of India and the world. Global news, different views, and sharp analysis.
Pressure of expectation from your fans, your supporters.
That is often served as a backdrop for several Bollywood.
You're not a brute majority anymore. If you individually take out data,
Making sense of global conflicts. Tracking the new emerging world order.
strike on Israeli military bases.
A multi-pronged
to stay out of harm's way as Israel started bombing targets across.
Understanding changing alliances in a polarized world. Tune into TOI videos for all this and more. Click on the bell icon to subscribe and never miss an update.